State Representative Ty Burns resigned over the weekend after pleading guilty to domestic abuse and assault misdemeanors. But his resignation is not effective immediately. KOCO's Jason Berger live now at the state capitol. And Jason, you learned why Representative Burns is still a member of the legislature.
Well, guys, it's because of state law, and he will still be a member of the House until October 1st. He also told the governor he wants to make sure his interim study on PTSD moves forward.
You know, my heart goes out for my colleague and more for his family and for the challenges that they're having to deal with.
Representative Andy Fugate talked to us after the governor and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle called for Representative Ty Burns to resign after he pleaded guilty to domestic abuse and assault charges.
It happens everywhere, even including in the legislature.
Court documents say those incidents involved family members in 2024 and April this year. But given that these were not felony charges, here's why he did not have to resign immediately.
State law gives him the option to resign effective immediately or on a date certain. He chose to resign effective October 1st.
On August 29th, Attorney General Gentner Drummond posted on social media saying, quote, Representative Burns has taken responsibility for his actions and has received the strongest punishment possible for a first-time offender with a clean record. The question of whether he should resign is a matter I will leave to his family, his constituents, and his colleagues in the legislature.
So as long as he keeps his nose clean, his conviction goes away. And that caught me, and I think perhaps some others, by surprise.
On August 30th, the Attorney General posted again, saying, quote, in resigning his seat in the legislature, I believe Representative Burns is doing the right thing for his constituents, for his family, and for the people of Oklahoma. He has taken responsibility for his actions and remains bound by the terms of his sentence, which include intensive counseling and completion of a batterer's intervention program. Representative Burns made it clear in his resignation letter that he wants his interim study on PTSD to move forward, where he said he is personally participating in a brain mapping study of veterans with a traumatic brain injury.
Oftentimes with an interim study, the intent is to provide some basis for legislation coming out of it. So obviously somebody would need to carry the legislation coming out of that.
Now there will be a special election to fill Burns' spot. The governor has 30 days after October 1st to declare that election. At the Capitol, Jason Berger, KOCO 5 News.